That's great. Well, today we gather again in terms of the first one for the 2023, the Bravelands on the Beach event, Ravencoin community event that we all get together and share in terms of what's going on, in terms of what new projects. And so what we thought today's theme is about in terms of what are people sharing in terms of what people are building on the Ravencoin blockchain, what people are buying on the Ravencoin, and anything else in terms of the activities on the Ravencoin blockchain from your perspective. So as I said, today is the first one for the 2023 year. We'll go around in terms of people share what's happening and what's going on, and then we'll go into a concert after that by SOS. We actually are at the Old Beach, so the Bravelands on the Beach is being held at the Old Beach, which I've labelled as the Old Beach. There is a new section of Braveland, which has also got a beach in that other new part of Braveland. So we will actually be going to the new beach for the concert that SOS has kindly put together. Some great music that we look forward to listening to, where our champions, our dancing champions, LSJ and Indy, will be again on show, and it doesn't seem like anybody's here to challenge them for the trophy. So unless Dow can pull something out of the bag, or John. But yeah, look, always like to have a bit of fun as we do each month, and this is always the first Saturday of the month that we have this event. It's about trying to create awareness for the Ravencoin blockchain and bringing people from other chains that can actually get involved, and obviously people who have never been involved in any blockchain at all, and to come and see what it's all about, and to be educated, to provide awareness in terms of all things on the Ravencoin blockchain. Probably go from to my left, blockchain John. Do you want to share in terms of what you're happening from your perspective, any activities, and from what you're doing?
Sure, thank you. Well, first of all, thanks for hosting this. Let's see, what do I have going on with Ravencoin? We have the Ravencoin Global Award that's coming up in October. It's still a while away, but we've been having monthly meetings, and we're going to continue having these monthly meetings for Ravencoin Global Award. So if you guys are interested in participating in helping shape the 2023 Ravencoin Global Awards, it would be nice if you guys attend to get some inspiration, ideas of how we should make the second anniversary of Ravencoin Global Awards. The first one was really good. It was a lot of work in a short amount of time. Because I think we only had maybe a few weeks. We just had a few weeks to really put this together. So it was nerve-wracking trying to put this together. A lot of you guys were there, and we're excited to do it again this year. And we have plenty of time to really prepare. So we're doing monthly meetups. The next meetup is going to be February 13th at 7 p.m. in the Ravencoin Discord server. And the reason we're doing that instead of up in Braveland, because we want to be as frictionless as possible when it comes to people participating and having to voice their opinions of how it should be shaped, right? And that's the whole idea, is that I'm making this event for the community, not for us, not for me. I want this to be for everybody, and obviously have their opinions voiced so we can shape it the way that the community wants it, right? So once again, it's going to be in Discord, the Ravencoin Discord server. So if you guys want help with that, that would be great. The 13th of February, and then every month after that, it will be the second Tuesday of the month. So yeah, that's what we have going on. The exciting part that we're going to have, that I really wanted in the first event, was the Korean division. Due to time constraint last year, we weren't able to get them in, but now we have plenty of time. I've been talking to a lot of the South Korean guys over there, a lot of developers, a lot of people in business over there were using Ravencoin, and it looks like we're going to be able to do that. The Korean Ravencoin division with a Korean host that's going to be speaking Korean on stage. So that's going to be really cool, man. Imagine that. We'll have our events, and then we're going to have a host speaker speaking Korean with the people from Korea in attendance there to accept their awards. I think that's awesome. We're reaching out to our Korean brothers and sisters. So that's exciting. I really like that. That's pretty much what I got going for Ravencoin right now. Aside from the interviews that we got going on, we have a lineup of interviews coming up on the C3 Media podcast, and that's all I got.
Fantastic. So you know the Ravencoin community days that you held yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And that's weekly that you're doing those?
That's monthly as well. That is the first Friday, and the reason we're doing Ravencoin Community Day on Friday is because that's when the Ravencoin developers meeting happens. So I like to go in there to see what the Ravencoin devs are doing, and then obviously give updates to the viewers and listeners of where Ravencoin is going. And it's open to the public. People can come in and shine in their ideas and their projects that they're doing with Ravencoin. It's another way of just bringing more public exposure of what the Ravencoin community is doing. And that's basically what I'm doing. I just want to bring more awareness of what Ravencoin is about. And it's built by the community. So, yeah, it's nice to see that people attend and talk about their projects.
That's great, John. I was in there yesterday, as you know, and it was another great show yesterday that you had, the Ravencoin Community Day. So it was another great interactions, some great sharing of information. So it was fantastic. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Just on the, you mentioned about the Korean community. As I mentioned on your show yesterday, from our perspective, we actually observed how many across different countries, how many people come on the website in terms of our BRIC-BC website. And did you know half of the people that come in are actually from Korea? So obviously there's interest in terms of what's happening from the Korean community, in terms of what we're doing. Obviously, we're tokenizing our properties on a Ravencoin blockchain, so there's obviously an interest there. It's just trying to get that connection to engage them in terms of with what we're all doing together. Yeah, I mean, I have reached out to Blockchain Tiger a few times. I know you've done an interview with him before, where you sat down with him at Braveland. It'd be great to get sort of tap into those influencers in the Korean community who are obviously big advocates of Ravencoin to try to engage with us in terms of what we're doing. Yeah. So we'll continue to try to engage. I actually have put some Korean, so I got translations of trying to reach out to put it in Korean when I put some of my tweets out. So I hope that sort of helps in some way to get them to join our activities in terms of Ravencoin side of things. But yeah, I agree with you, John. I think if we can tap into that Korean community, it'd be fantastic. Given obviously they are one of the biggest holders of Ravencoin, the Korean community.
Yep. I think the biggest challenge is obviously the time difference, but that's why we've got to try to find a median time there and see if it works. So that's still, once again, with the whole Braveland, the Ravencoin Global Awards, we're still going to try to figure out the best time that we can all meet up for that particular event. Yeah, and if you guys know of any sponsors that want to help sponsor the Ravencoin Global Awards, we're going to be discussing that in the next meeting as well.
Fantastic. That's great, John. Thank you. SOS, what's been happening from you?
So it's funny, I mentioned earlier that the thing that I love about this is there's so much that goes on, I guess, on Twitter or Discord or whatever that I miss. So it's like, I'm looking at Blockchain John, like, oh yeah, February 13th, sweet, like I'll be there. I'm sure you've probably put that out before, but this is news to me. This is why we're here. So
actually, SOS. Since I have you here, here's the thing. I actually have you down on a list. The community was talking. We're throwing ideas out there, and I'm looking at the list now. One of the things on the list I have here is that if you can host music award or host the music party. Because we're gonna do like an airdrop giveaway from what it looks like. We discussed it in the last meeting. And a lot of people said you're a really good host. You know how to manage Braveland because you host a lot of events here. So that's one of the things we have you down on the list.
Yeah, dude, consider it done. I mean, yeah, put me on the list. Put me wherever on the list. I'm in, man. Yeah, it's good. But that's what I was saying. Before anyone joined, I was saying to Brick, like, hey, this is such a cool space because we're all running around out there on their social media and we kind of see what we see and we don't see what we don't see. And I always kind of miss stuff that gets brought up here, like we're sitting around the circle and everyone's talking. I'm like, wow, how have I never heard of that before? I mean, even the first time I heard a humble miner was at one of these things, and I'm like, how did I not see that on Twitter or on a Discord or something? But I saw it here first. So yeah, just to that point, like, first of all, I'm in, consider it done. Just let me know the date in advance and we'll make it work. And yeah, I'd love to. But the other thing you mentioned is the Korean. The first musician that I ever really came across on Ravencoin. And I feel so bad because I forget his name now. I'm just horrible with names. But it was a guy from Korea. He was a rapper, and he made this awesome track. And I've played it at one of my shows. Again, I just apologize if you're listening to this that I'm bad with names, but it's so cool. There's a whole other side of the world that just uses Ravencoin that is very active, and I'm kind of, again, back to the first point, just not aware of. Kind of in my own world, making my music, doing my things, making my NFTs, talking to Indy all the time, right? But yeah, I hope do what you can and let me know however I can help you. If we can get more of the other side of the planet involved in this, that's awesome. I guess Brick's on the other side of the planet too. That's true. But there's a whole I'm gonna call them untapped. That almost seems unfair because I think they're probably a majority of the Ravencoin market, but on the other side of the world, that I'm just not aware of. So anyway, enough of my unawareness. Hello, I'm Sauce Inside. I'm going to play a concert for everybody soon. Hopefully y'all stick around. Hopefully we'll get some more people on the live feed too, and maybe people will join the after. You can kind of always watch my live streams after the fact too. I trim them up. But yeah, I'm going to play some tunes. I'm going to continue to make tunes. After we play today, I'm actually going to switch gears and I'm going to start writing again. I've had a new baby girl in my house, so I haven't written anything new or really produced anything new. I've been practicing for this and taking care of her for the past couple of weeks. But once we get back to normal, my normal schedule is make music all the time, just keep going, make NFTs, and just keep pushing. So my next thing in terms of projects is I'm helping out Sir Crone, and I'm going to make a really cool song, I hope, for his really cool game that I can say I did see in person. It is very cool, and I'm honored to, of course, be a part of it. So anyone listening to this, if you have a Ravencoin project and you need like a theme song or a game over song or whatever you need, if you need some tunes, just hit me up. I'm very happy to participate and help you out. But yeah, other than that, follow my playlist. If you come to the concert, you'll see QR codes that link to my playlists. I try to put out as much music as possible. My new thing is Bandcamp. I've been releasing a lot of stuff there, which is good and bad. The Spotify and iTunes are great because everyone kind of has one or the other, it seems like, and can get my stuff there. But Bandcamp is a whole different beast. I can put videos there. I can put stuff that iTunes is like not interested in, or yeah. So there's a lot going on there. But I'm always Ravencoin at heart. I'm always trying to make NFTs of my original songs, and I will continue to, and I'll continue to support the community, of course. So yeah, that's my spiel. That's my project. My project's a little open-ended. I mean, it's I'm doing the version 1 NFTs of all my originals. I think it's coming to a close probably pretty soon, and I'm going to move on to version 2. Right now, version 1 is, as I'm sure I'm looking at around, I think all of you have probably either own or have seen. They're like a 3D record player, plays a song and a B-side. There's always a really cool B-side. I argue that my B-sides are cooler than my actual songs sometimes. But yeah, they exist in AR for iPhones right now, and that's what they are. And I've been putting them out, and I think pretty soon I'm going to do V2. So version 2 will be a different model. It'll hopefully include some Android augmented reality, because I don't want to leave out my Android friends. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. But that's, the point is Ravencoin forever. I always sign off my tweets with that, and this is my home. You guys are my audience. This is where I'm tokenizing, and I hope to bring as much possible hype and and just attention to our chain, because it kicks ass. It really does. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on stream, but I just believe in Ravencoin. Again, I've said this earlier to Brick. I don't care about the price. It's really not about the price. It's about what it does. And I think tokenizing on Ravencoin is the way to go. So I hope you all get rich. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in making music and tokenizing it. So yeah. Anyway, my closing thought, let me know if you need a theme song or a tune or whatever. I got your back. On to you. Mic drop. On to you, LSJ.
That's great. Actually, before we run LSJ, SOS, I call it the actual official anthem of the Ravencoin community, the Call Power that you've done. You did mention you're actually minting a new version of it with better audio quality. I mean, I thought it was actually great, the first one, but you're in the process of doing that, I believe you were saying.
Yes, if I may, okay. I can't believe I forgot about that. I don't. So it's funny in the spirit of Raven Angels and the advice that I've heard so many times from LSJ, I'm not going to say their names specifically because I don't want someone to swoop in and steal the main asset. But yeah, there was. I'll say, long story short, I'm an amateur musician. I think I do a pretty good job, but what I would consider a professional grabbed Caw Power and reached out to me. They really liked it. I explained to them, hey, actually the stems are all available. There's an app, I talked about Ravencoin. I talked about what we're doing here. He seems really interested. And what he did was he remastered the whole thing. He took all the stems that are available and remastered it. And I think it sounds a lot better. It's one of those, when I say a lot, it's a subtle thing. It's not like it's a different song. It's the same song that we all hopefully know and love, if I may pat myself on the back. But it sounds a lot better, I think. It's professionally done. And he just did it for free. Kind of like, that's the, I don't want to say everyone does everything for free. That's not necessarily true. But that spirit of giving, that's like the Ravencoin ethos. That is why I'm here. He just did it. It was like, hey, I really like that song, so I wanted to do this for you. And here you go. So I'm working with him to try to figure out to get him a main asset so that he can mint some of his own band's art on our blockchain. And I think also more specifically to release what I would consider Caw Power version 1.1. It's not really version 2. It's the same song, like I said, but it's enhanced. So it would be version 1.1, and I want to release it under his main asset because he did all the work there. And yeah, really cool guy. I think it's coming soon, so stay tuned. Hold on to your butts. I think it's going to be really cool. The new version of Caw Power, and most importantly, I would say his own music and his music videos and what he brings to the table. So, hopefully we'll have another cool Raven musician soon. We have a couple so far, and yeah, really, really cool guy. So, yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Rick.
No, pleasure, mate. Pleasure. Maybe you can drag him along next month, and he can feature on the stage with you. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Right. No, that's well, not trying to play it close to the vest. That's pretty much openly the long-term plan. Like, get these really great musicians that I kind of know and respect, and get them.
Fantastic. Well, you are in charge of music when it comes to our monthly events, so I'll leave that in your hands, sir. LSJ, what's been happening? What's happening? Give us an update on some of the things that's going on in your world.
It's been running around and just starting the new year, so it's always fun. For me, it's been kind of carry on as normal, which is weird for Ravencoin. But it's just trying to help people to if and when they get exposed to Ravencoin, just help them to get their assets tokenized in the easiest way possible. So just trying to help people out and make sure that happens. So obviously with SOS token there, I was like, I'll help you mint that main asset. So so that's what Raven Angels does. We help people who want to mint on Ravencoin and will use their main asset, and we just want to help them to use Ravencoin as it was designed to. So people can just go and mint their own assets. That's definitely an option. But we can just help people to do it as well. And sometimes cover the cost, sometimes not. It depends. If we cover the cost, it's always donations from the community. So it's not something that's obviously prepaid by any kind of chain fees or anything like that. But it's just literally the community just helping other people to use the chain. So I'm really glad to help with that and help with the other projects that I know about and kind of get involved with over time. So it's there's always things going on, and it's a privilege. So I really appreciate that.
Excellent. LSJ, with the Birds of the Feather, you want to just give a quick update in terms of Birds of the Feather, what stage it's at?
It's flying. It is released. So the Birds of a Feather was an NFT project where there was a special pricing concept. So it was released last year in January, and it had a pricing mechanism where there was a doubling every month. So they started out at 250 Raven, and then the price doubled, and the doubling continued for 9 months, and then it ended. And now all the unsold Birds of a Feather are burned, because that's what the community of holders voted to do on Ravencoin. So that was really exciting to see people vote for what they wanted to do for the NFT project. Obviously, the decision as the issuer was mine, but I really wanted to get the community input and see what they wanted to do as well, because they bought into the project and wanted to see how the idea would work. And yeah, it's been a really enjoyable experience. For me, I've spoken a lot about doubling and pricing and stuff like that, but I really enjoyed actually just making the art and putting myself and what I love about Ravencoin into the Birds of a Feather. So each Birds of a Feather NFT, there was originally 200, and it's just simply pixel art. When I say simply, pixel art is quite hard to do sometimes, if you've ever tried. But yeah, it's a raven with different attributes. And for me, what I really enjoyed about each Bird of a Feather was the focus of each different NFT that we created. And it was various different things that I enjoyed about Ravencoin, and things that I wanted to promote in the community. Some good qualities, family, but also different organization ideas and companies that would definitely benefit using Ravencoin. So they all got added to focuses on different NFTs, and it was a really fun project to work on that I was really enjoyed doing, and meeting members of the Ravencoin community, because it was one of my first NFT projects. And yeah, and now I'm helping people to do their own projects, to mint them in bulk, and do one-of-ones and all sorts. So it's really been a privilege to work with the Ravencoin community and learn myself, then also help other people to work through those different problems that you just come across when you're trying to make something work the way you want it to, and make sure you don't slip, trip, fall, and just help each other to get the results that we want. So yeah, it's been fun.
That's great, Alice. It's been fantastic. It's actually been really great to see that journey of the Birds of the Feather from the beginning when you first launched it, and obviously different stages, and then obviously to its finalisation. There was again a great project you've done there, mate, which again sets an example in terms of people that are looking at their projects, just a way to do things by the process you took with the Birds of the Feather. So yeah, it was really good to see that journey of yours, of your project. Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure to for me, it was absolutely an experiment, and it was a joy to even try and try something that I hadn't seen anyone do before. So yeah, it was really good fun.
That's great. Indy, tell me what's happening in your world in terms of some of the artwork you're putting out at the moment, or some of the things you've also got planned and going forward.
Yeah, so one of my recent pieces of art that I did was a cat that I actually sold over on NFT Raven in their Discord. That was my sort of latest piece that I'd done, which was hand drawn. At the moment, I'm working alongside NFT Raven to create a token, and unfortunately, due to illness within our family, it's kind of been a little bit delayed getting finished. So we're looking at getting that finished as soon as possible, and then that token basically is going to be sent out to all my current holders, which LSJ, It's going to be helping me sort that out, airdropping those tokens to the addresses that already hold my NFTs. And they're basically going to act as like a little loyalty scheme. So they're going to be worth 1% each. And trolls that have bought my projects can either use them straight away, or they can build them up to 100%, so they can eventually get one of my pieces, whether it's a physical bow or a piece of art that I do. They can get that for free. Kind of my way of saying thank you for the continued support and things. So I've got that in the pipeline. I'm also working with LSJ on a Dior project with weekly PFPs going up for auction in their Raven Angels Discord. Basically just because there's a lot of opinions seeing Ravencoin and things like that, but we're always encouraging people to do their own research. And also we've started doing a weekly space as well, just to kind of have a little chat with people, help new ones along if they're interested in Ravencoin, how they can get started, setting up a wallet, minting assets, things like that, and really building up awareness people, and just keeping Ravencoin alive, really. And we have just started recording those spaces as well, because a lot of people requested that from us. So yeah, we started doing that as well. So it's been fairly busy. Other commitments kind of along the way as well, but still going, still building.
That's great, Indy. I do enjoy your weekly show. You and LSJ do, so it's a very informative show on Twitter Space. So again, because that's on what time's that on? In US Eastern Standard Time. What time is that normally on the week, during the week? Put you on the spot, haven't I? Different time zones.
We're just Googling it now. We know that it's 8 p.m. UK time. But Eastern Standard Time is 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Fantastic. That's a great show. And again, probably with the artwork, at the moment, you and LSJ are mostly doing your artwork through NFT RVN, right? On the Discord. That's where people can buy your artwork, right?
Yes, at the moment. The reason for that personally is just because I have the opportunity to have things self-custody. I'm not saying that I don't like any other marketplace, because I do, but it's just the fact that I get the opportunity to sell my NFTs directly from my wallet, just sort of keeping that control over what I own and then transfer to people that purchase. So, so just personal choice, but not anything against anyone.
Sure, that's great. That's great, Indy. Thank you. Dow, what's happening? What's happening in terms of your project, Dow, and the Dow community and the artist, and to share in terms of what's happening in your world?
Yeah. So first, I think it seems like we've been here I've been coming to this almost exactly a year. So when did you first start doing these, Brett, Louise?
Yeah, it was probably that. It was I think it was January, February last year. So it's been 12 months, yeah.
And I want to say the first one that I attended was maybe towards the end of February or March. But anyways, it's been amazing, man. I tell you, this past year has been like absorbing a decade of information in 1 year. So it's really been incredible getting to know Ravencoin and building a community DAO on Ravencoin. Many of you know several of our projects. We have a cool metaverse property sort of tokenization effort that we're collaborating with Altiverse, the game company. We have several different collaborations going with artists in the space on Ravencoin and outside. Scored a really cool collaboration deal with the actress Sherilyn Fenn, just through a personal connection, which we'll be revealing more about soon. But the biggest thing, I think, and the thing that takes up probably the lion's share of my time each week, is in cultivating our organization Community DAO, which we probably have maybe close to 500 people in that Discord. But I would say the most intensive activity comes from about 20 to 30 African designers and writers from Nigeria. And I sort of act as a curator and help facilitate steady flows of writing reports and designs, and we sort of act as a community backdrop that can be sort of mobilized in a lot of different directions. Recently, we've had a fair amount of luck getting just a lot of engagement. I think now we're almost up to 500 designs that get entered now, in the hopes that they will be minted as an NFT through our com brand. And to the point where I personally am overwhelmed, and I've fortunately we've had some people sort of come forward as new curators. But it really is a lot of work, and I find myself each week spending more time within the Ravencoin nexus, if you want to call it that. Apart from that, though, I would like to say what I feel about Ravencoin this year. In the context of a recession, bear market, and sort of a negative sort of outlook on crypto from the mainstream, at least, is I feel like it's really an important year to sort of unify our blockchain. Though I spend a lot of time, and I know many of you guys do, because I see you popping up on multiple fronts, and this is a great group to sort of preach to the choir on about this. But outside of the organization that I operate and or work with, I make a point of trying to network with the marketplaces, the developers behind the wallets and things like that, and trying to be a positive support for a variety of projects that seem to me to be worth getting behind in a time that we're all sort of having to hunker down with because of the greater economy. So that's about it for me for now. I've had a great time getting to know you guys, and I actually consider my Raven friends from the past year. I have developed closer ties with them than many of my contacts in IRL, in real life. So it's a new reality, and I'm here to dig in and see it through. So thank you.
That's great, Dale. Always good to hear in terms of what's going on, and again, some of the stuff, some of the artwork that you're getting there, it's some great pieces of artwork, and we always try to keep an eye on them for our collection. Really, again, it's one of those things, right? In terms of some of the, especially people in Africa, especially Nigerian, you get a lot of artists creating artwork from Nigeria. I guess in terms of that's the new frontier that they're exposing their art that otherwise nobody would see. And I guess through the new world of not just blockchain, but in particular Ravencoin blockchain, and through your project, Community DAO, they've actually able to bring their artwork to the world that otherwise nobody else would see, those pieces of artwork, which is, I think sometimes we take for granted that ability in terms of how people now take their artwork to the world. And no doubt their feedback is fantastic from what they tell you, right? So it's it's a great, some great things that you're doing in DAO. In terms of, it's come to me, it's look, in terms of as most of you know, we tokenized Australian real estate on the blockchain, but and specifically on the Ravencoin blockchain, our Brick Dolphin, which is a Gold Coast property. So we focus on luxury property. And again, our whole thing in terms of what we were trying to solve, the big problem we were trying to solve was that to provide a solution for the everyday person. Doesn't matter what part of the world and what your wealth status is, whether you're accredited or non-accredited. It's the ability to provide access to real estate, the benefits of real estate that comes with being involved in real estate. And again, it's the new frontier is basically what we're trying to provide, that solution that anybody from anywhere in the world can now access real estate through a property token on the Ravencoin blockchain. Obviously at the moment we've got the Dolphin token, so it's available for people to buy. They can just buy one, they can buy many for $80 each. So again, hoping the Ravencoin community gets behind us, because at the end of the day, we're only successful in terms of how people buy our tokens, and hopefully other people from just in general will see in terms of the opportunity that we're trying to provide to people. And again, I just hope that specifically the Ravencoin community gets behind us and supports our properties that we put up, because we've got a nine plan for this year, not in 2023 calendar year. We've got another 9 planned to be minted on the Ravencoin blockchain between Brisbane and Gold Coast locations. And hopefully that in me advocating for Ravencoin to some of my colleagues that are planning to mint on the Ravencoin blockchain rather than Ethereum or the Avalanches or other blockchains, that they can tokenize their assets. I'm hoping that my colleagues that are looking at that can actually come and mint here on the Ravencoin blockchain. So we were very proud to be the first ones to tokenize real estate on the Ravencoin blockchain late last year with the Dolphin property token series. But again, we're only as successful as people get behind us. So there is 9 properties, but I guess they'll be subject to the demand in terms of how people get behind us. So, but yeah, as I said, again, it's when I look at other chains and what people are tokenizing on other chains in terms of property, especially Ethereum, I like to think that we can actually easily overpass in terms of what projects have been minted on other chains, and the people actually come here and mint on the Ravencoin blockchain their property. So hopefully through me sharing our journey and sharing our information and how easy and obviously the low gas fees and the community, all those key things as to trying to convince people to come and actually mint their real estate properties on the Ravencoin blockchain. So again, that's hope I just keep and people keep supporting in terms of things I say as to why people should come and mint here on the Ravencoin blockchain their properties. So again, really appreciate the support we've had since we came here. I mean, we've been probably around 14 months now involved with the Ravencoin community, and really appreciate the support, especially people that are here with SOS, LSJ, Indy, and Dow, and Blockchain John. Really appreciate the support you guys are giving us, and again, we'll continue to push the blockchain, the Ravencoin blockchain, because we know this is where people should be, and from all aspects of things, especially from a community perspective. So yeah, so it's I think it's enough from me. Blockchain John, I did see some of the messages here that you did say that the event that was going to be on Blockchain for Business event that's in April, that's been cancelled, is it?
Yeah, it was originally called the Ravencoin Expo. It was rebranded as Blockchain for Business. It was going to be hosted by the Ravens team, and from what it sounds like, due to the recent tweet, they canceled it because there wasn't enough ticket sales. So that's unfortunate, because I was really excited to go to that and meet everybody in Ravencoin out there. But they said that they're going to do it next year, and hopefully they have enough time to make those ticket sales happen. And that's what they need. They need more marketing, more awareness of what this expo is all about. So now they have plenty of time to really get it out there and get more people jumped on board on that.
Okay, that's a shame, because as I said, it was we couldn't make it, obviously, just everything going on coming from Australia. But it's a shame that it's been cancelled. But look, maybe probably some other ideas. It could be that it's whether it's this year or next year. I think sometimes it's actually good to piggyback on some of the ones that are the major events, like obviously the Bitcoin conference. I think that's on in is that on in April, Blockchain John? The Bitcoin conference, the annual one in Miami.
Don't know. I can look it up.
I think it's usually the same time that they have it. I'm pretty sure it's coming up in April in Miami. I know last year I was I didn't attend live, but I attended all the live streams on it, and it was very informative. Maybe as an idea, if we are planning a Ravencoin one, maybe just piggybacking off those, whether it be a couple of days after the Bitcoin ones, you're going to have a lot of people there, and it'd be an easy transition people to also attend the Ravencoin one. Yeah, there's some. I'm just throwing some ideas out there in terms of when you're talking to various people, John, around. Well, obviously with quoting was driving that event.
It looks like there's a lot of events going on in Miami. A lot of crypto events, lots and lots of them. It's crazy.
Right.
I think the biggest one is the Bitcoin event in 2023. That's in May 18th.
Yeah.
Let's see, World's Crypto Expo. That's in June. Let's see, Bitcoin Energy Summit, Miami NFT Week. Let's see, Expo versus Miami. So Expo versus Miami Disrupt Conference. Cypherpunk, Miami Web3 Week. This is all in Miami. I didn't realize they had so many events.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I just saw the numbers. I mean, I know the numbers last year that it physically attended the Bitcoin conference last year. It actually doubled from the previous year. I think that's something like, don't quote me, I think it's from memory, something like 4,000 people attended the Bitcoin one last year. And obviously that's not even counting the live streams, like people like me that live stream then into those sessions. But yeah, maybe there's something to maybe keep in mind that if if the Ravencoin community is going to be doing something like that, maybe piggybacking off these major ones, and maybe just do it at whether it's at the start or at the end. Like you got Miami's 18th to the 20th LSJ, so maybe it could be like the 21st. So people hang around for an extra day and attend, so they're there already. They're not incurring extra costs, and they just an idea anyway. So I'll throw around. But yeah. That's good. Anything else before we wrap up? Before we go to hear some great music, concert by SOS. Anything else that anybody want to mention?
I mean, he's all right. I mean, he's kind of hit and miss, but no, I'm half happy to hear that this is moved to next year because I would have loved to go to the gathering this year, but if it's pushed off a year, there's a good chance that I might be able to make it next year. So. Just for whatever it's worth, bittersweet. I might be able to make it next year. That would be fun for me. Hopefully, fun for you. But,
especially Miami, right?
From the other side of the planet, so it is what it is. But I'm a little closer. So if it's next year, I might be able to make it. So
actually, you know what? I'm actually thinking the same. So if it's next year, especially if it's in Miami, and probably for you too, SOS, it's a bit closer to you rather than. Than on the other side. But yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. If it's next year, and I think that's probably, it makes it a bit more attractive too. If it's like around some of the other events, I think it starts making it a bit more attractive, so people can actually obviously make use of that time by checking out what's happening on other in terms of Bitcoin, obviously, which we're also fans of. Given that Ravencoin is a fork of the Bitcoin. And see some of the activities around that. So I'm thinking the same SOS. So it might even be a thing for next year, mate, that we all commit to.
Let me just say one thing real quick, Ben. I'm gonna hopefully get this close to the mic. I hope everyone's listening. My official corporate sponsor, Coors Brewing.
Nice.
Fantastic. Well, there's nothing else. We'll move on, and probably SOS. Do you want to lead us into the new beach? So I'll hand it over to you, SOS. Probably. You want to make probably before we go over there? Do you want to sort of give us a bit of an overview for today for the concert?
Yeah, so I think since it's just the six of us, you guys are all very special. I really, and I mean that. I know it's like I'm saying it tongue in cheek, but I hope you guys enjoy what I'm about to do. I'm broadcasting out to a wider audience too, of course. But I think we just keep it here, old school, and go right to the beach right behind me instead of transferring all the way over to the new one, just because I don't want to lose anyone in the translation here. But I think next month we'll put out a video to show people how to get to the new beach. But I've also set up our old beach right over here. And if you'll all join me, give me 2 minutes to get ready and to call on my friend Mark Herrick Jr., which he's going to help me out to open up, and then I'll play too. I mean, listen, it's just the six of us, and who's ever listening on Twitch, obviously we're the same person, but, it's part of the fun. So,
thanks, SOS. And thanking everybody for coming in today live, and obviously everything's been recorded. will be up on YouTube. It's obviously at the moment it's been streamed live on Twitter. Thank you for everybody for attending and enjoy the music by SOS and the people listening on Twitter Space. This will continue to stream, so enjoy the music and we'll have a fantastic day and let's go. Lead the way, SOS.
Here we go.
Right behind you, mate.
Follow me.
Oh, howdy, y'all. My name is Mark Eric Jr. I'm a good friend of Sauce on Side. He asked me to come and open up for him tonight, kind of, warm y'all up, warm up the crowd, get y'all ready for some Sauce on Side action. So I'm going to play 2 tunes for you on my acoustic guitar here from my favorite TV show, The Adventures of Pete and Pete. Thank y'all for coming. Here we go. This is the magnetic fields. Why I cry. All the summer days where we used to play, walking hand in hand, castles in the sand. So you said good night, but you meant goodbye. Now our love has died. This is why I cry, cry. From the pointing up at the clouds, summer turns to fall, pictures on the wall. So you said good night, but you meant goodbye. Now our love has. This is why I cry, So you said good night, but you meant goodbye. Now our love Thank you. That was Magnetic Fields, Why I Cry. Ooh, my fingers hurt a little bit here. I'm not used to this acoustic guitar, y'all, you know? I'm more of a, I'm a tender man. Anyway, so next is gonna be Polaris, my favorite band, really, of all time, I would say at this point. Polaris, and one of my favorite tunes by them, Ivy Boys. So let's see if I can pull this one up for y'all, and then I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna let my friend Salsa on the Side play for y'all. Thanks for coming, I hope you had a good time. Holy Holly, she thinks that she's a pony, prancing in the front hall. She sleeps with a saddle on, gets up and rides at dawn. Nobody knows what's wrong, but you can't keep her trousers on. Humpty, Madumpty, she's all better now. She thought that she was somebody else for a while. The house at the North Pole, she went for her daily stroll, wearing a wig and a mink stole. Yeah, she's the daughter of a rock and roll. Ivy boy couldn't be trusted. Even his face was an alias. He tried to live like Monty Hall, living like a rubber ball, and found himself in Montreal. Ivy couldn't deal it all. 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 Thank y'all for coming. I hope you all stick around for my friend Sauce on Side. Have a good night, everyone. I don't like you, but I love you. Seems that I'm always thinking of Greetings, Braveland. Welcome to the first Saturday Braveland Gathering, hosted by our friend Brick. Thank you, Brick, as always, for hosting these events. And let's make 2023 another great year. Thanks, everybody, for coming. And I'm Sauce on Side. I broke out the old Luma key thing so we can have some fun, and I can cordially invite you to join. It's pretty weird in here.
It's not that weird.
See what I mean? Let's get started, shall we? 1, 2, ready, and... Same old. Right way. Looking for a star. Kitty turn. A pretty new leaf. Where's she gonna plant it? Plant it in your heart. Look around you, kitty. Baby, keep your head up. Remember, love ain't easy to find. Kitty told another the right now. Go out, but she knows the right thing. Ringing like a bell. Kitty almost gave up like many, but she can't tell. Just around the corner. He's waiting and well. Look around you, kitty. Baby, keep your head up. Remember that your true love ain't so easy to find. Look around you, kitty. Baby, keep your head up. Remember that your true love ain't so easy to find. Kitty found a cover and wrapped up. She's got to tell what she got a heart from. Hiding from the fun. Kitty called a favor and crying. He ain't the one. Pulled a little finger. Now she's on the run. Look around you, kitty. Baby, keep your head up. Remember that your true love ain't so easy to find. Baby, keep your head up. Remember that ain't so easy to find. You kitty, baby, keep your head up. Remember that your true love ain't so easy to find. Look around you, kitty, baby, keep your head up. Remember that your true love ain't so easy to find. That was fun, wasn't it?
It was all right.
I wasn't talking to you.
I wasn't talking to you.
Yes, you. Then who are you talking to? Anyway, moving on. This one goes out to Brick. I can't thank you enough, buddy, for hosting these events and letting me play this. I can say all these years. It's pronounced Lissajou, by the way. Yes, Lissajou. Okay, let me get my guitar. So you can check out my cool indie bow. This is a different bow than the Raven Coin one that I rocked. I kind of jacked it, and now it's kind of jacked it today, but it's ultimately hers. And this is my cool shirt from Sir Crone. Anyway, here we go. Hi, Indie Bros. Hi, Sir Crone. Hey, Brick. You said that your golden fall, spring is summer sin. Winter's in the air tonight. I grab the walls, yeah, I almost missed her. Run access. Little circles, I'm pulled up from above it, floating somewhere out among the ether. Please don't tell me now that I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. Now I'm gone. You're all the turns into the winter. Spring is in the air tonight. The summer's burned, now she's all alone. Right inside me. Little circles, I'm pulled up from above it, floating somewhere out among the ether. Please don't tell me now. Yeah, I missed it. Now I'm gone. Trading all that's left in the middle of me. No one else could trace the rain. No one else tell me now that I missed it. Tell me now that I missed it. Now I'm gone. The lines are falling, spring into the east. Summer's never been so cold. A winter night. Hold on tightly. Little circles, I'm pulled up from above it, floating somewhere out among the ether. Please don't tell me now that I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. Now I'm gone. Trading all that's left in, trading all the fight cheats. Told me somewhere out among the ether. Please don't tell me now that I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. Now I'm gone. So, as many of you probably already know, I actually practice a lot for these shows, which has led me to many fun discoveries. Like, since I'm playing the background tracks, the timing of everything is very tightly planned. So I can do things like this.
See?
See? I actually consider myself more of an actor. So this is like a play more than a... So anyway, enough talking. Thanks for coming to my play. Enough talking. Here's another song. Where have you been all my life? A number of times you show me how. Stretching from left to the right. Show me your secret tonight. So when I was preparing this one, I realized just let the music go into an end of the thing speech like this one. If you didn't see it, go look at the concert at Davos. Those weirdos. Not the musicians. Well, yeah, the musicians too. I'm sorry, I'm a horrible person. Thanks for coming, everybody. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Thanks as always to Brick for hosting these next month. Wait for it. Bye. So wait, one more thing before I go. I just wanted to thank Old Me with album art for the songs that you heard. Kitsy Stratton was in there. Edu Art was in there. And Fatal Frames is in there. Of course, Sir Crone right here. I mentioned Indie Bose. I could mention a bit other of my songs, but those are the ones that you saw today. So once again, bye. And so that was just a bye. Bye.